Fact is, average men are losing blindly. They don't even know that it's happening every single day. Why is that? Because they're not being held up by anything but themselves. I'm gonna give you the secret sauce. Bring it in. Structures secure your success. This can be a good one. You see, the challenge is just that. Average men every day are having those hopes and beliefs that things are just going to go in your favor one day. The thing about this is it completely throws your power away out there. You're not in control of anything. The solution I'm here to tell you, fellas, is that masculine men must put the structures in place, set themselves up for success so that it is on autopilot. You've got to assert yourself, put your will out there to cross the finish line and make sure you reach the destination. Let's get it. Gentlemen, brothers, architects of the future, welcome back. I am masculinity architect Dwayne Langham, developing mature masculine leadership for this modern world. These are the top 5 proven structures of the masculinity architect that separate the average to the masculine men out here making the world move. The number 1 structure you're going to need to put inside of your life for success. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So what you can do instead is actually tell yourself, what does it look like? What am I out to achieve and accomplish? Because without that, fellas, you're aimless. And this is what the average man is, waiting for the power out there to determine, to give him his destiny, his direction, or whatever the case. Scratch that bullshit. As masculine men, it's our job. You call the shots. It's your lead. You're the MVP. If you don't tell us where we're going, who the hell is? Keeping it moving, number 2 of the proven structures. After you've laid out the goal, make sure that you unfold what exactly is your plan. How do you see it possible to achieve? Now with this, you have to release control and understand that you're not going to specify all of the details. You're going to want to make it easy. Give yourself a blueprint, just like architects do, so that you know what are the milestones you're going to achieve along the way. What are the must-haves that need to get this done? And with that, what a better segue to give you the perfect example of how the architect is using that right now. The tribe is growing. We're on the way to 1,000 members. In order to do that, our next milestone is 250. Right now, we're at 120. Now, I just spit off a bunch of stats and information, but what that gives you is clear detail of the finish line. Our tribe is growing to 1,000 members. Our next milestone is 250 subscribers. Now, what are the must-haves? What needs to happen along the way to make that happen? You must do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you hit the notification bell because I'm dropping new content every week just like this, and you do not want to miss it. Another must-have is I must have you hit the like button, give it that thumbs up so that the algorithm gods know that men need messages like this in their life. And last but not least, if you don't, you'll sincerely regret it. Drop a comment down below. You never know where your comment is going to be the subject of the next video. Now, plug to the ongoing campaign to the side. I needed to literally give you a live in the flesh example. That is where the architect has set the finish line. I've set a goal. This is what we're going for. This is how we play. And I laid out the examples. These are milestones, must-haves, things that must happen along the way. Now, I'm not leveling out every detail. I'm not sending out emails and letters to go and tell you to subscribe. However, I know that in order to get to 1,000, I'm going to need to hit 250. What are the building blocks? What are the milestones in order for you to cross the finish line so that you can reverse engineer that back to step 1 where you are today? Now, number 3 of my proven structures, this one's going to be easier than you think, a daily or weekly planner. Doesn't matter if it's a piece of paper, doesn't matter if it's an app inside your phone, it doesn't matter what you use. Make sure that you got to have some structure in place that allows you to track and measure your progress, period. Now, we're just over halfway through, fellas. The next ones are going to start to get a little juicier, but make sure you stay to the end because I promise you, the 5th one is going to blow your mind. So let's keep it going. The proven structure number 4 you've got to have in place, calibrate. This one's going to help you, fellas, because a lot of times we get the mental blockages of being analysis paralysis. Let me look over all the data. Let me stack up, get all my ducks in a row so that it's going to be perfect. No, this is wrong. Scratch that. Don't worry about it. What I'm going to tell you instead is that imperfect action is your best friend because action is always making things move. Without motion, there is no emotion. You're not going to be inspired. You're not going to be motivated. It's not going to be happening. You will be stuck spinning your wheels and tires. So what you do is get yourself in action, get yourself going. That is going to be your new best friend. And along the way, you must learn to calibrate. How do you do that? You take that tracking. This is why the last one stacks on top. The structure with your daily planner, your weekly planner, whatever you're utilizing. realize that gives you the tracking and the measurement. If you know that you've got a 30-day timeline and 20 days in, you are not on track to hit the goal, there's no way you're going to make up for more than half, it's going to be time to calibrate, to make some adjustments, take out what is not working, put in what may be missing, and that's going to make the difference to keep your progress going. Fellas, I tell you, the secret is it's not about whether you win or lose, it's how you play this game. Because once you get into action, and as long as you keep calibrating along the way, that keeps you with the determination and dedication to keep it moving, you will cross the finish line. It's just a matter of time. And with that, last but not least, this is the juiciest, fellas. This is my favorite. Number 5, gentlemen, build accountability into your life. How do you do this? You need community. You need someone listening, whether it's one person, whether it's a group of people, whether they're doing it along with you, or whether or not they're just listening for you to do what you said you were going to do. As a masculine man, your word is your honor. Your word is your bond. And the fact is, if you say you're going to do something and it only lives up here, nobody else is out there listening, did he actually do the thing? Truly, your integrity will not hold up. So I give you the encouragement, the reinforcement, the pressure. Build yourself accountability. Put your word on public display. Let the tracking be known. Let people know about the progress. Have people who are going to hold you as an accountability partner. They're going to check in with you. Hey, you said last week you were going to do this thing. You said before that you were going to make this happen. I'm just following up because I'm interested. I want to see you succeed. I want to support you. And I want to know that you've got everything that you need. Or if there's anything I can do to help you. You see, this accountability is the difference between winning and losing. And this is why the average man is going to be failing, because he doesn't put himself out there to let himself be supported and contributed to by others, because he's too scared to fail. He's too scared to look back. But you know what? We're talking about mature, grounded, masculine architects of the future, building up the future for everyone, being leaders grounded in their masculine. So in order to do that, and in order to actually show up and show out, you've got to be held accountable to a higher standard. That's what leadership is all about. Now, fellas, if a conversation like this has got a fire started under your ass, if these structures are all so simple, it makes all the difference. I tell you, fellas, these structures are so simple and they make a difference. These easy things that can be done every single day that build up into your future, structure is exactly what holds up and makes the difference between the top 10 and 1% and the average guy out here losing every doesn't understand why. So what I invite you to do is bring that same structure into your life. This is where my work started with the modern man's rite of passage. I wanted to create a standard, a structure, if you will, giving men the space of our rite of passage, the journey of ascension from boyhood to manhood, giving men the safe space to be with each other, to actually look into these deep conversations of manhood and actually ask yourself, what kind of man do I want to design and be out in the world? This self-study program is available for you right now for you to do in your own time in the convenience of your own home. Not only that, I'm going to plug you into what did I tell you was the secret sauce, the accountability. I have got graduates, dozens of men who have already gone through this program. They will attest, the women in their lives will attest, that they show up completely differently as a new man, and it is all worth the benefit. You can get plugged in today. Hit the link down in the description below. It's time for you to get the access to your rite of passage and your grounded masculine leadership. And in the meantime, I'm going to be right here being the best goddamn version of myself one could say. Beyond empowered? The question is, fellas, who are you going to be? Peace.